Well, it's me again, and this is my podcast and my world, where I take you along on an adventure where we get to explore everything and anything that goes on in my mind. Oh boy, is it random, is it crazy, it's nuts, it's all over the place. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's have a good time. Oh my gosh, Becky, look at her butt. It's so big and round. Oh, come on, you know that brings back memories. Hey there, friends, it's me. I am your host, Graham, and this is my world. Well, this is a version of my world, whatever comes out of my mind. Or my mouth, that is. I just want to say welcome to my channel. If you're new, say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Don't forget to hit those buttons. You know what to do. Yada, yada, yada. So, man, I'll tell you what. I just had an experience of a lifetime. I'm just like, what are you doing, dude? Seriously. So I pull up to the bottom of someone's driveway. And we all know I deliver packages for a living. Duh, that's what I do. And I pull up to the bottom of their driveway, and there's enough room for them to drive their truck up their driveway. And I get out, and they're about a block away from me. They see that I'm there. I've got my hazard lights on. It's dark. It's nighttime. The lights are blinking, you know. And I grab their box, and I see that's them because about a block away, they sit there. They turn their headlights off just as I'm grabbing their box. And they let me walk all the way up their driveway. And it is a icy, gross, horrible driveway. And it's probably, I'd say, about 100 yards long. And I got to go all the way up to the top and around the corner to the back door, put the box on their bench, and then walk all the way back down again. Well, they sat there the entire time watching me and waiting for me to do this. And I'm thinking to myself, are you effing serious? Why don't you come up here, get the box from me, save me from having to frickin' walk all the way up your dangerous driveway? Come on! You know, common sense, seriously, I just do not think is common anymore. Seriously. I don't think it exists. No. There is no such thing as common sense this day and age. I swear. And I know these people. I deliver to these people all the time. They know me by name. Okay? There's no reason for them to have just sat there with their freaking lights turned off waiting for me. If it was a problem or an issue with not feeling like they couldn't get up the driveway, why don't you come up closer and see? You know? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. People, I don't get. I just don't understand. Here's something else that happens to me all the time, and it happened today, and it's so annoying. I pull up to someone's house, okay? I get out, I get a package, and they're either standing at the mailbox when I pull up, and they start walking to the house, or they're with the garbage can or whatever. They're out front. They're outside. They know I'm there, but they don't look at me. They don't acknowledge me. Well, at least I should say they don't look at me while I'm looking at them. But you know they know you know for a fact they know you're there. They know, right? And they go in the house and they close the door as if you are invisible. Now, here's the thing I'm noticing about this. This is the younger generation that's doing it. I'm saying like 20 years old and under. They're doing this, and it's like, what the heck? I mean, they are so afraid of confrontation. They won't even say hi to you or make eye contact with you. Oh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But anyways, let's talk about something else now. Let's talk about something else. What should we talk about? You know, the possibilities are completely endless on the different topics and things that we could talk about here. You know, let's just mention that this is number 12. Is it 10? No. Duh! This is number 11. This is my 11th podcast. It's growing. It's going. I can't believe I'm still doing this. I'm blown away every day. Honestly, I release a new one. It's like, oh, hello, a new one. So the topics that I can talk about are completely endless. And I think right now, let's talk about science fiction, shall we? More to the point. Let's talk about favorite science fiction TV shows. So the question I'm going to ask for today, go ahead and leave down in the comments section below, is what is your favorite science fiction TV show? Your favorite. Which one is your favorite? There's so many to choose from. I always end up gravitating towards two. My all-time favorite would be Doctor Who. Now, I'm not into the modern stuff. I know some people are like, oh, that's the best stuff, the new stuff's the good stuff. Yeah, I like it, it's okay, it's just not my thing. I'm really into the old school Doctor Who. I really like, the first, probably Doctor 3 through 7. Yeah, the first two Doctors, William and, what's his name? I can't remember his name ever. They're okay. I can watch them. I'm not in love with them. They're all right. But like the third Doctor, the fourth Doctor, they're really awesome. And fifth and sixth. But my favorite's Tom Baker. He's the fourth. And I really, really, really I love Doctor Who. It's my favorite. It really is. And then, of course, Red Dwarf. Now, I'm okay. Let me be clear here. When it comes to TV shows and movies, I gravitate towards two styles. I gravitate, three really. I like comedy, especially 1980s comedy. I'm really into 80s movies and 80s TV shows. And I like science fiction that's British, or even comedy that's British. So if it's British, or it's comedy, or it's all the above, from the 80s, whatever, it doesn't matter. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the nostalgia feeling of it all. Really, that's really what it is. I like. Well, Red Dwarf is one of those I grew up watching on KSPS when I was a kid, or PBS. I should call it PBS because in the world we live in, KSPS is just a local station, but PBS, public broadcasting, is all over the place. And anyways, it was on public broadcasting. Usually it's Saturday nights. They would show an episode of both Doctor Who and Red Dwarf, and I loved it. It was just amazing. And when I found out that the guy that plays Lister also plays a guy named Lloyd on Coronation Street, I was really in heaven because I love Coronation Street. And for a lot of you who don't know what Coronation Street is, I'll just fill you in really quick because there's so much more to it. But Coronation Street is a British soap opera, basically. Except in England, soap operas, especially Coronation Street, is nothing like it is here in America, or like it is in like Mexico or anything like that. They're very... I always like, when I think of the soap opera that I like, Coronation Street, I always end up thinking of Seventh Heaven without the religion. It's very real. There's no fakeness to it. There's no crazy whatever, that's strange, whatever, funky feeling to it. So, yeah, I like Coronation Street. So, but back to Red Dwarf. I think what I liked the most about it was really how simple it was, especially probably the first 3 seasons. Everything was it was all done on a budget, a really low budget. And, yeah, it was kind of cool, actually. They did a very, very, very good job with it. And, yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. And, yeah. Yeah, it was. I think my favorite part of Red Dwarf had to be the dynamics of the relationships. The characters. There was only 4 characters. A lot of different stories, a bunch of different guest stars and that kind of stuff, for the different stories. But the 4 main characters, their relational dynamics were amazing. They just complemented each other and just so well, and they were able to pull off the comedy and make fun of each other, and it just, the way it worked was great. The cat was so childlike and so alive and very much cat, all about himself and the spinning and the screaming and the dancing and the very much focused on his needs and his desires, especially like fish and that kind of stuff, and was fixated on stuff, which really gave a support to Rimmer and Lister, because they were the main 2 characters of the show that were the driving force, and they just played off each other so well. And recently they did a reboot, which, come on, seriously, everybody's doing a reboot right now. Gosh, they're even bringing Roseanne back in March for a reboot for 9 episodes. So, it's the popular thing right now. Everybody's doing a reboot. Well, anyways, so they did a reboot, and for what I saw, I think there's only three episodes, but for what I saw, it was amazing. They did such a fantastic job, and the style and the script and stuff changed a bit, but it had to. The situation changed, but it was just wonderful. The way they did it was just great, and it was something that you could sit down with your children and they could watch, and you didn't feel awkward or embarrassed, because the content was almost child appropriate as well. Like, it was clean, and there's no profanity, and there's no there's a few sexual suggestions here and there, but they're so minute and faint into the comedy that you just don't notice them. There were so many amazing episodes, and every episode is just so completely different. There's the one episode where they can't tell a lie, and they're basically under a spell of sorts where they can't tell a lie. And then there's this one that's really cool where they're with an alien that basically gives them anything and everything they could ever want. And in exchange, the alien takes on their life force, their personality, their essence of who they are. And they see somebody in that's perfect. And I just it's awesome. And I think one of my favorite, there's so many, but one of my favorite would be the backwards one, where they end up in this world, or not really a universe, but they end up in another existence, another plane of existence, and everything is in reverse. Everything is backwards. So the world itself is running backwards. So technology, for instance, is getting worse and worse as time goes on, and everything is de-evolving, and even speech is in reverse. It is awesome. They end up doing kind of a carnival gig where they talk backwards to people, and all they're doing in actuality is talking normal, but because everybody is going in reverse, everybody hears them speaking backwards, and it's such an awesome concept. There's so many of those with this show that there's so much inspiration there. There's so many fantastic ideas and thought. I mean, there's so much there that is very much so many great ideas for like movies or TV shows or within themselves. There's just so much great stuff, great content there. It seems like every single story is completely different. I believe it's somewhere in the 6th season. It's kind of fun because Lister comes out, the first episode of it, he comes out of hibernation. And he's got really long hair like a lion and a beard, and his nails are really long, and he ends up sharpening them, in a like a pencil sharpener kind of thing, and just really awesome. And he can't remember anything, so he sits down at the table, and he's being told about Rimmer and bringing Rimmer out of stasis. And one of my favorite things is on the computer, they're uploading him onto this thing, and charisma just is the only amount of charisma that Rimmer has is what fits in one pinky. And it was awesome. It was a great all around. The show was awesome. It was awesome, and yeah, I loved it. I can't say more about it. It was just amazing. So there's a character on the show named Holly, which you never really get to see Holly in person. Holly is the computer program or the computer system. And in the first couple of seasons, Holly's a woman and a female computer, and I liked that. I thought that was really kind of cool how Holly was a girl, and then they end up changing. I don't know if it was in the middle of a season or what, but they end up changing it so Holly was an older gentleman with bald guy. And it was kind of cool. I mean, darn good actor, and he's funny, and I mean, it works. It's just, I don't know. I kind of liked the girl. I thought the girl was really kind of cool. And but whatever. I mean, either way, it added something to the whole thing that it was just wonderful. And yeah, I liked it. I think out of all the science fiction TV shows, and I've seen so many British ones, anyways. There's so many too. Like there's Blake Seven and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and of course Doctor Who and all that kind of stuff. Heck, the Red Green Show. I know it's Canadian, but it falls, in my opinion, underneath the British category because it is just hilarious. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, you got to check it out. There's something about, and I wouldn't call it slapstick because it's not really falling down comedy, but there's something about that style comedy that just lightens my spirit. It's almost like taking stress off. It's just relaxing and wonderful and amazing. So anyways, I'm running out of time here. You all, let me know down in the comments section below, what's your favorite science fiction TV show? I'm kind of curious, actually, why? Tell me why. Leave a link to a video. Maybe you should make a video, and you can leave a link down below to a video to answer the question. And so, anyways, until next time, you all have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Remember to love each other and enjoy every single moment because, well, honestly, it's the only one we're going to get, right? So, until next time, I love you so much. Bye for now.
This has been a Graham's World broadcast brought to you directly from Graham's mind. So stay tuned because there's more to come.